Hello, 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 guys. Hello, Andrea, Angelica, Freddy. Thank you very much for being here, for being punctual. How are you guys today?
Hi, teacher. So far, so good.
Hello. So far,
What
so
about
good.
you? Yeah.
So far, so good. So
Yeah.
far, so good. How is everything? How was the week?
I mean, it's been such a great week for me because I'm on vacation, so I've been
Oh, you
resting.
are so lucky. I hate
Yes, I'm being
it.
lazy, watching movies, hanging out sometimes. So
Oh,
it will be till July 10.
okay, but
Yeah.
still you have
Yeah.
like almost 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks, I
Almost 2 weeks
guess.
left. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're so lucky. Well, I wish I could say the same, but unfortunately I can't because I have had one of the busiest weeks so far of the month. Um yeah, a lot of tutoring sessions, a lot of interviews, a lot of things going on because tomorrow we're finishing cycle with my groups from Saturday. So tomorrow it's going to be like crazy because tomorrow we have final exams and then we have project presentations and parents meetings. So it's just a lot tomorrow. um and usually when we finish a cycle, it's when I have to take tutoring sessions with my students, and then my coordinators, they're like, okay, can you please help us, I have a tutoring session available, or are you available to take it? And then I have to say like, okay, yes, I'll help you. And I mean, I don't have to, but I like to help my coordinators because they're amazing. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I am super busy, and then I complain that I'm so busy, but it's just part of my life as a teacher. But everything's been good so far. And yeah, I'm very excited about next week because after next week we are gonna have a holiday, and yeah, I'm very excited about that. So my people, welcome to our session. Today we are having the our ninth class of the cycle. In 1 week from today, we are finishing the cycle. So in 1 week from today, you guys are taking the final test. This is for you to keep in mind. Final test next Friday, June the 30th. And yes, we're gonna be starting B2.5, which is the last cycle, shortly. I'm very excited, very happy, very proud of you. And so let's get it started. Today, we're gonna begin our session with a warming up activity about the most likely future. I'm going to explain about it in just a little bit. Then we're going to be working on the speaking task this speaking task is going to be graded, okay? So I usually leave this part at the end of the session, but then I'm going to do it at the beginning so that the majority of you can participate in this activity. So, and it's going to be graded. And then we are going to have the presentation of that activity. And after that, we are finally going to study the word spot about way, which is very interesting because the word way has so many different meanings in English. Do you remember the one that we studied last unit about just, that we said that just depends on where the word is located in the sentence, it changes the meaning. For example, when I say, oh, I just saw that, or I just need this, sometimes it means like only that, or something that recently happened. So it has different meanings, depends on the place where they are. So we're going to study about way, which is a very common word in English. So we're going to see the meaning or the different meanings of that word. So let's get it started, my people. Let's get it started. I'm going to explain the warming up activity. So this is to review future forms. Good. So this is called the most likely future. Here, you are going to work individually on this part, and then you're going to write information about what you think. So you're going to say, okay, I think we'll win the next World Cup. So you're going to give your ideas. For example, you say, I think England will win the next World Cup. Oopsie. England. Okay, that's my prediction. I think England will win the next World Cup. Next, in 20 years' time, the world will face a new disease, for example. Okay, that's just what came to my mind first. Of course, you can write whatever you think. So you're free to write whatever you feel like. Next year, our class will almost certainly what? I mean, we're not going to have class next year. Let's talk about education in general. So next year, education will almost certainly what? You're going to write your idea. Next year, I'm going to, if you're traveling somewhere, I'm going to, for example, Spain, okay? In a few years' time, it might be possible to have flying cars. Okay, so you are going to write whatever comes to your mind, whatever you want to write about this topic. And then I'm going to send, and here we have name. We have one like blank that says name. And then you are going to ask your classmates about what they think. So for example, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to send it to the breakout rooms real quick. I mean, it's going to be a short task. And you're going to share your ideas with your classmates. And then you're going to say, okay, for the first one, I think England will win the next World Cup. If someone has the same answer, I'm going to write, for example, oh, Angelica. Angelica thinks that England will win the next World Cup. Just if someone has the same answer, you write a name. If no one has the same answer, because maybe of course, there are some in which you cannot have the same answer. You are going to write what one person said, something that you thought it was interesting. So for example, you say, in 20 years time, the world will, and then you say, oh, Freddy said something interesting. Freddy said that, or you say, according to Freddy, the world will, or in the next 20 years time, the world will, whatever, okay? And then the sentence, and that's it, okay? Is the activity clear?
Yes, teacher, it
First,
is. So
first
first it is going to be individually?
First is the individual part. Second part is in groups, okay? So we have different expressions like we're bound to, there is no way, in 20 years time, we'll have, as soon as, in order to review the tense that, or future tenses that we were just studying a couple of classes ago. So I'm going to send it on the chat. And then I'm going to give you like 8 minutes, more or less, I think. 8 minutes. It's not going to take like a long time. So probably 8 minutes. And then in 10 minutes maximum, I'm going to send you to your breakout rooms. And then I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do the second part. Okay. So please start working individually. It's 6:15. I'm going to do the roll call. So let me know that you are here once you listen to your name. So please start with the task. Thank you. Is it clear? Do you have any questions, or is everything clear?
It's clear, teacher.
Clear? Okay, thank you. Acevedo Cuevas Saray.
Present, teacher.
Very good. Albarracín Caballero Cristian.
I'm here, teacher.
Excellent. Ayala Viloria Joeli.
I'm here, teacher.
Great. Baca Jain Andrea. Okay, very good. Carrero Bonilla John Hammer. Cordero Castellanos Brian. Fonseca García Freddy.
I'm here.
Great. Liscano Arisa Judy. Lozada Díaz Diana. Diana, can you hear me? Muñoz Salazar Andrea. Pérez Ardila Natalie.
I'm here, teacher.
Good. Pinzón Linares Mayra. Rodríguez Llorente Harold. Well, he must be celebrating. Harold must be celebrating. Sandoval Miranda Angélica.
Present, teacher.
Yes, I heard some. No, Harold is not here, right? It was Christian. The voice I heard. Brian and Harold must be celebrating. So I'm sure they are. They got graduated today, so they must be celebrating. That's so exciting. Sandoval Miranda, Angelica. Sandoval Miranda, Angelica.
Yes, teacher. I say
Very,
present.
very good. Sierra Jaime Daniela.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Velasco Uribe Ana María. Okay. Okay. Vera Peña Jennifer.
I'm here, teacher.
Excellent. Very good. So please continue working, guys. Please continue working on the task. Let me know once you finish.
Teacher,
Yes,
you didn't call my
I
name.
did. I did, but you didn't reply. I did call your name.
Sorry,
I knew that you were here. Sorry?
Maybe it's my internet connection.
I knew that you were here, and I usually when that happens, when I call someone and they don't reply, I call them at the end again to say because maybe someone stood up to go to the bathroom or to get water or to open the door, whatever.
Thank you.
So I usually do it after, but then I knew that you were here. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Teacher, sorry, I had a question.
Yeah, Natalie.
Teacher, when we have the final exam of this level,
Next Friday.
okay, today in 8 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
In 1 week from today. Yes, in 1 week.
Okay, teacher, thank you. Sorry, I didn't have that
It's on the
really.
it's on the 30th. Okay.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
You're very welcome. Ready?
Yes, I think yes, teacher.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Andrea, Ana, Angelica, Daniela, Diana, Jennifer, Joely.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Natalie, Sarah.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to send you to the breakout rooms to share your answers with your classmates. Okay. So someone is not very excited about the breakout rooms, but I'm so sorry.
Why, Lillian? She's going to work with us.
She doesn't like, because I mean she likes breakout rooms, but whenever she comes to the session, I always send you to breakout room. So yeah, she's not very happy about it sometimes. So I'm going to send you to the breakout rooms, and I'm going to, and maybe you can share a screen if you want. If you feel like you need to share a screen, you can do it. Yes. Well, now you can take one now. I'm not gonna move. 3, 2, 1. Got it. Okay. Good. So now I am going to send you to the breakout rooms, and then you guys are going to share your answers. I'm going to give you approximately 10 to 12 minutes for you to do that part, for you to share your answers with your classmates. And then I'm gonna be visiting the groups, and I'm gonna be listening to your answers. And then in 12 minutes approximately, we're coming back to the main session, and we're going to continue with the rest of the activities that we have for today. So now you guys can join. Okay, go ahead. Hello,
Teacher, sorry, I was in room number 1.
are you guys about to finish?
Yes, we are in number 10.
Okay, I'm going to send you to the room and then we're going to finish shortly, okay?
Thank you.
Of course.
Hi, teacher. Sorry, I am connecting for my cell phone, and I go out the beginning. Can you assist me with the group again?
Danny,
I
your
was with
classmates,
Christian.
yeah, your classmates are already back.
Daniel is here.
Yes. So your classmates are already back. So we are going to do another activity, but after this exercise, okay?
The one that is graded.
Yes, the one that is graded. People, how was the activity? Did you have enough
It was
time?
funny. It was funny and interesting at the same time. We have different answers
You have
to
different
fill
answers.
the sentences. Yeah, complete them.
Okay, that was expected. Were your predictions about the future crazy predictions or not that crazy?
Not too crazy, teacher.
Not
More
so
focused
crazy. Some of us
on
were
the
very
reality.
positive, like Diana.
Oh, Diana
She's
was
very
so
positive about the future, about the health system, about the economy, about Colombia.
she has high expectations. She's like, yes, everything is
Yeah,
gonna
she
be
does.
better.
Right, Diana?
Yes. Yes, I'm like that. So positive
That's
always.
good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, I'm going to get some water because I need to drink right now. So I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Okay. So give me 1 second, please.
Uy, solo vemos 11 personas, güey. Se nota el viernes.
Sarai, in English, please.
No.
Okay. What's going on? I heard.
Sarai was trying to say that we're just 11 here, like 10 of us in the class.
Yes.
That you should give her like a extra point.
She is concerned. She's like, what is going on with my classmates? Where are they? Yes, I know. But you know, Fridays are always or usually busy for many people. And then we have two students that got graduated today. So they must be celebrating. So I understand that they're not in class because they are with their families, I guess. So totally understandable. And then the other ones, it's like, okay, it's Friday. So I'm not joining the class. So I guess, I don't know. But yes, it's only 10 of you. So we're 11 right now, but 10 students and the teacher. So we're missing like 6 or 7 students right now. Like a lot. So my people, okay, my group has more realistic opinions. Okay, very good, guys. Excellent. So now we are going to be working on one activity that is going to be graded. I am going to share my screen. I love this activity, honestly. It's going to be interesting. Let me share here my screen. Okie dokie. So here we are going to be talking about our speaking task is about presenting a fantasy invention. So we are going to, let's go to page 92 and 93 from your books. And before we start working on this fantasy invention, we are going to do, we're going to read and then we're going to listen to some people talking about their inventions. So we're going to read the description about my fantasy invention on the web page below. How does this show work? Okay, and then we're going to listen to 5 people presenting their fantasy invention, and we're going to answer these 2 questions. So let's start reading about my fantasy invention. Sarai, can you please start reading the first paragraph until own?
Yes, teacher. No, que tengo que leer, chao. Sorry. My little niece. Okay.
Okay, it's okay, I understand.
My fantasy invention. Yes?
Yes, you're right.
Okay. My fantasy invention is a radio program in which contestants describe a fantasy invention to a panel of experts, and the studio no, no sé por qué me puse nerviosísima.
Why? Why? You have done this 1,000 times. Like, okay.
Yeah.
A
Sorry.
studio audience. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
The audience and try to persuade them of the practical or entertainment value that the invention would have. The inventions do not need to be technically viable. The panel asks questions, and at the end of the show, the audience votes on the fantasy inventions they would most like to own.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sarai. Now we're going to see, or we're going to read about the recent entries. So we have an adult use playground in the park, an annoyance teleporter, an anything finder, a bed that can fly at night, a bus stopper, a calorie neutralizer, a camera to film your drinks, a car with no seat pull-up seats from the floor. You want that one? Yeah, that sounds interesting. Glasses which give you the information about what you're seeing around. A foot massaging shoes. I will love that. A flying car. A houseboard robot. A lazy bones ejector bed. I guess this is something. Oh no, this is more like a bed that can fly at night. And then we have the lazy bone ejector's bed. A measurement photo app, a mind reader, a phone app to monitor what percentage of conversation you have been talking versus listening, a solar charged phone, a remote control to switch off or turn down the volume of someone who's speaking to you. I love that. A smart coat hanger to match up outfits, a tailgate closer, a teleporter, and a wearable life coach device. So these are some of the recent entries about these fantasy inventions. Of course, they're fantasy. So we are going to listen to 5 people presenting their fantasy invention, and then we're going to answer the following questions. The first question is, which inventions from the list in exercise number 1, that those are like these ones from here, okay, these ones here, are they talking about? So we're going to listen to 5 people, and then they're going to mention one of these inventions. So we're going to identify which they're talking about, and what roughly would each invention be like. How would it work? So they're going to give us information about how they're going to work and function, and we're going to write down that information. Okay, guys? Is it clear?
Okay, yes, it
Okay.
is.
So let's listen and please take notes.
Unit 9, Recording 4. 1.
My invention is something that I often imagine because, like a lot of people, I quite often mislay everyday objects and I spend a lot of time hunting for them, especially when I'm just about to leave the house, which of course often makes me late. It could be my keys or my wallet or my bag or my shoes or my phone, except there's one difference with my phone because I can call it and find it, because it rings. So my invention would be a small device about the size of a button, say, which you could attach to those everyday objects that you often lose and which would be linked to your phone so that you could call them too if you lost them. You could call your keys or call your shoes and they would ring and you'd be able to find them in seconds instead of spending hours searching for them.
2.
In an age when society has so many problems with obesity and stress, I think the idea of having a play area for adults makes perfect sense. It would be much more convenient and fun than going to the gym. There would be climbing walls and adult-sized swings and slides, all of which would be really good for building up muscles, using up calories and getting rid of stress. And you could have trampolines, which again are fantastic exercise and really good fun. I think it would appeal to people of all ages, from teenagers to pensioners, men and women. And more importantly, people wouldn't have to make a special decision to go there and change into special clothes like they have to do when they go to the gym. They could just use it whenever they felt like it, just for 5 or 10 minutes as they were passing. It would be a great way of socialising too, much healthier than meeting people for a meal or film, and much more fun too. I think they would soon become hugely popular and spring up in parks everywhere.
3.
This is a really simple idea, but I think it would make public transport much more user-friendly and offer a greatly improved service. Time and time again it happens that you see your bus and start running for it, but just as you get there, the doors close and it pulls away. But I'm sure that most drivers would wait for you if they knew you were only a few seconds away. How many times have you wished you could just communicate with the driver and let him know how close you are? So basically, the idea would be that for a certain fee, you could buy a special bus pass and there would be a chip built in that would connect with the bus and maybe beep or make a light flash or whatever, and let the bus driver know that you were running along the road and only a few seconds away so that he could wait for you. You would never have the frustration of missing your bus in the morning and being late for work or college ever again. I really think this could make a lot of money for bus companies and make passengers' lives a lot easier.
4.
My invention is very simple and very practical, but I think there could be a real market for it. It would be an app that made use of the camera on your phone to photograph and take the exact measurement of things. Its main use would be when you go shopping. If you're buying a new cupboard, for example, you could take a photograph of the space where you want to put it with its measurements. Then when you get to the shop, you could take a photograph of the cupboard and you would know straight away whether or not it would fit. Or if you were shopping for clothes, you wouldn't need to spend hours trying on different sizes because, let's face it, sizes vary dramatically from shop to shop. You could just photograph the garment, then compare it with your measurements, which you would keep stored on the app, and then just try on the garments that were the right size, saving yourself a lot of time. As I say, I think there's potentially a real market for this. I believe it could catch on in the same way sat-navs have. If you think about it, it's potentially just as useful.
5.
Whenever polls are done to find out what everyday behaviour people find most annoying, tailgating on motorways, people driving too close to the back of your car in the fast lane, is one of the most common issues. It's nearly always done by people who are breaking the speed limit, and it's very dangerous. Accidents are much more likely to be fatal if the two vehicles are close together, and it's also very distracting and stressful for the person being tailgated. But the problem is that there's no way of communicating with the tailgater to tell him, and it usually is a him, to back off. You can't flash your lights at him or anything like that. So my invention would be very simple. It would be a sign that lights up on the back of the car and says, "Keep your distance," with maybe a sad face that changes to a smiley face when they go back to the correct distance. It would make motorways much safer places and really reduce the stress for most people who just want to drive in a safe way and stick to the speed limit.
Okay, people, do you need to listen to it again? What do you think?
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a question. Which is the meaning of the tailgate loser?
Tailgate is the back part of the car. So it's like, well, there are, I don't know if you have ever heard about like tailgate meetings. That's very common in the United States. Usually outside of the stadiums when they are playing American football. So they have like tailgates meetings. So no. So tailgate is the part where people sit. I'm gonna show you a picture. Tailgates. You see
Como la
tailgate
parte
party.
trasera que hay en los jeeps.
Yes. So they usually call tailgates.
Okay.
That is a part. That is the tailgate.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a tailgate. The part where you can sit down, like it opens and closes. This is a tailgate. And then usually these cars are very common in the United States. And then they usually have tailgate parties when they have like a match or like a soccer match or football match. And then you see they have parties there, and then they make food, and then they sit down and have drinks in the tailgate. Okay, so when they refer to tailgates, is tailgate loser is when they talk about when there is another car that is being like too close, maybe on a highway. So they receive like advert, like an advert or something, or like be careful or something,
A
like
sign, yeah.
a sign about you being too close to the other car. Okay. Is it clear, Angelica?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Of course, you're very welcome. Do you need to listen to it again, or you think you're good and you got the answers?
I got the answers.
You got
I
them?
got the answers, yeah.
You got them? Yes?
I don't
What
know
about
about the rest.
what about the rest, guys? Do you have the answers? And then did you also, not only the answers, also
So maybe the first one, but not the second one.
you got the first one, but not the second one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so remember that you have to identify the inventions that they were talking about, that they are talking about, and also give information about how the way they describe the objects. Okay, so let's listen to it again.
Unit 9, Recording 4. 1.
My invention is something that I often imagine because, like a lot of people, I quite often mislay everyday objects and I spend a lot of time hunting for them, especially when I'm just about to leave the house, which of course often makes me late. It could be my keys or my wallet or my bag or my shoes or my phone, except there's one difference with my phone because I can call it and find it, because it rings. So my invention would be a small device about the size of a button, say, which you could attach to those everyday objects that you often lose and which would be linked to your phone so that you could call them too if you lost them. You could call your keys or call your shoes, and they would ring and you'd be able to find them in seconds, instead of spending hours searching for them.
2.
In an age when society has so many problems with obesity and stress, I think the idea of having a play area for adults makes perfect sense. It would be much more convenient and fun than going to the gym. There would be climbing walls and adult-sized swings and slides, all of which would be really good for building up muscles, using up calories and getting rid of stress. And you could have trampolines, which again are fantastic exercise and really good fun. I think it would appeal to people of all ages, from teenagers to pensioners, men and women. And more importantly, people wouldn't have to make a special decision to go there and change into special clothes like they have to do when they go to the gym. They could just use it whenever they felt like it, just for 5 or 10 minutes as they were passing. It would be a great way of socialising too, much healthier than meeting people for a meal or film, and much more fun too. I think they would soon become hugely popular and spring up in parks everywhere.
3.
This is a really simple idea, but I think it would make public transport much more user-friendly and offer a greatly improved service. Time and time again, it happens that you see your bus and start running for it, but just as you get there, the doors close and it pulls away. But I'm sure that most drivers would wait for you if they knew you were only a few seconds away. How many times have you wished you could just communicate with the driver and let him know how close you are? So basically, the idea would be that for a certain fee, you could buy a special bus pass and there would be a chip built in that would connect with the bus and maybe beep or make a light flash or whatever, and let the bus driver know that you were running along the road and only a few seconds away so that he could wait for you. You would never have the frustration of missing your bus in the morning and being late for work or college ever again. I really think this could make a lot of money for bus companies and make passengers' lives a lot easier.
4.
My invention is very simple and very practical, but I think there could be a real market for it. It would be an app that made use of the camera on your phone to photograph and take the exact measurement of things. Its main use would be when you go shopping. If you're buying a new cupboard, for example, you could take a photograph of the space where you want to put it with its measurements. Then when you get to the shop, you could take a photograph of the cupboard and you would know straight away whether or not it would fit. Or if you were shopping for clothes, you wouldn't need to spend hours trying on different sizes because, let's face it, sizes vary dramatically from shop to shop. You could just photograph the garment, then compare it with your measurements, which you would keep stored on the app, and then just try on the garments that were the right size, saving yourself a lot of time. As I say, I think there's potentially a real market for this. I believe it could catch on in the same way sat-navs have. If you think about it, it's potentially just as useful.
5.
Whenever polls are done to find out what everyday behaviour people find most annoying, tailgating on motorways, people driving too close to the back of your car in the fast lane, is one of the most common issues. It's nearly always done by people who are breaking the speed limit, and it's very dangerous. Accidents are much more likely to be fatal if the two vehicles are close together, and it's also very distracting and stressful for the person being tailgated. But the problem is that there's no way of communicating with the tailgater to tell him, and it usually is a him, to back off. You can't flash your lights at him or anything like that. So my invention would be very simple. It would be a sign that lights up on the back of the car and says, "Keep your distance," with maybe a sad face that changes to a smiley face when they go back to the correct distance. It would make motorways much safer places and really reduce the stress for most people who just want to drive in a safe way and stick to the speed limit.
Okay, people. So now let's talk about the 5 inventions, the fantasy inventions. What about speaker number 1? What did he or she talk about? And what did he or she say about it?
it was about the anything finding teacher.
Anything finder, yes. And then
It will be very useful. It's for something that happens. I think that all of us, maybe when we are about to leave home, and we always
we can't find the
I
keys.
forget the keys. I forget the I don't know. And in that moment, you don't find them. It
Yes.
will be very useful for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that she said it was like a little gadget or something
Mm-hmm.
that they connect to your phone.
Okay. Yes, Diana, very good.
It's a
And
small device.
it is a small device. It will be a
Yeah,
small device
Mhm.
which you could attack to everyday objects like your key or maybe your umbrella or your like your everyday objects which you could link to your phone, so whenever you are missing them you can find them. There is something that already exists and it's from Apple. I don't know, it's I don't remember the name right now, but it's called Tag something. Have you ever heard about it? Yes, Andrea. That's already invented by Apple. So I don't remember the name, but it's called like something with tag. Well, let's see if I can Google it.
It's similar when you
I tag.
look for the phone from your iWatch.
So this is already, thank you, Diana. It's already invented by Apple, or they have something similar. And yes, you put that in keys and different things. Yes. So for example, you always lose your let's say your keys or your car keys, or you always lose I mean something, okay, that is important to you. And then you put it on you stick it on your car keys or on your keys, and then you can't find them, so you with your phone you get to find it, so you get to know where it is. So it is already invented, and that was invented a couple of years ago. I guess well, I don't want to say like an exact year, but I would say in 2018, something like that, because I remember that when I was living in the United States, my host kid Hannah, she had one, and she put it in her the headphones or earphones created by Apple. Well, I don't know what they're called, but they come in a small case, and so she put it on it, and then she would always find it if she didn't know where she left them.
Teacher, but that is not something common here in Colombia, right?
No,
Because I
it's
haven't
not.
seen it before. This
No,
is the
it's not.
first time that I heard about it.
Is it the first time? Yeah. So for
Yes,
example,
yes.
here, so you have it and then you put your keys on it. And this is something very common that we always lose our keys. So in the morning when we're about to leave our house, we say, oh my goodness, where are they? I don't remember where they are. So, okay, I'm going to try to find them. So you use your phone and then you click on find your device, and then that will start with the sound or something, so that you know where it is, you can hear where it is, and then you find it. Or it tells you where it is. For example, you can put it I have seen that sometimes they put it to their pets or to their cats, for example, because cats usually love to explore and they love going out, so they put the tag on their cat, maybe on like the necklace that the cat uses or wears, so they know, they tell you with the app where your cat is. Or let's say that you want to know where your car is, so you put the tag on your car and it will show you where your car is all the time. So It's very interesting, but it already exists, so it's not like a fantasy anymore. It already exists. What about the second one? Speaker number 2.
On summary, they talk about play area for adults, but like for the children, but more resistant for obvious reasons, with any kind of rules more than the normal ones.
So yeah, he talks about, or she talks about, an adult use playground. He said, or she said, I don't remember if it was a lady or a
To
guy.
get rid of the stress.
Yeah, she said, or he said that it will be a play area for adults instead of instead of going to the
Trampolines,
gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
slides.
trampolines.
Yes. And also,
How do you say columpios?
yes, swings.
Swings.
Swings,
Balls for
and that there was not like a specific type of clothes to wear
to
for
wear.
assistant to that for attending to the playground for adults.
Yes. That sounds fun. I would love that. What about speaker number 3? What did he or she say about?
She suggests create like a, I don't know.
It was about the bus stopper.
So a bus
What happens
stopper.
to us sometimes?
Yes.
She said that sometimes when we are about to wait for the bus, maybe the minute that we arrive to the bus stop, it is leaving. And then you're not able to do any kind of sign of communication with the driver because he won't dare to stop
know. Yeah, he
for
won't
one
know that
person.
you are there and that you need to catch that bus. Yeah.
She was talking about a special how to say that
Like a bus
like
pass.
like a bus pass, a special bus pass, and like a chip to communicate with the
Which
driver.
allows you, yeah. So
Yeah,
it
allowing you
will
to be waited by the bus.
to communicate with the driver to avoid missing the bus.
Yeah.
This has happened to all of us at some point. I remember that I used to travel. I used to work in Piecuesta. I have to travel to Piecuesta. Piecuesta is so far away. Well, it's not that far but for us it is because Bucaramanga is such a small city, so it usually takes like 20 minutes to get from one place to the other, 10 minutes. So whenever we have to go to Piecuesta, it feels like you're traveling somewhere. So I used to, it was before, it was in, I guess in 2014 or 15. No, in 2015, when I started working as a teacher, I used to work in a language institute that was in Piecuesta. So I had to go every Saturday to Piecuesta, and it was like a nightmare for me because I had to take Metrolinea, and I hate Metrolinea. And so I had to go. Yeah, it is. I don't like Metrolinea at all. So I had to be there at 8 a.m. So I always try to be at the station at 7:10. So it would take me like 30 minutes, 35 minutes to get to Piecuesta, and then I had to take the other small bus, Padrón, I think that it's called, to get me to the place.
Yes.
It was like such a nightmare. So for me, and then sometimes I had to
It
take.
happened to me when I was going to Guatiguara.
Yeah. And then it took me, I had to take the T1 or T3. I don't remember the route. I don't remember. So sometimes I will get to the station and it just left, or it was like closing the doors, and I was like, no, like I didn't have enough time, and then I had to wait for 10 or 12 or 15 minutes sometimes. So that would be awesome. That would be useful.
There were some people who tried to stop the bus driver, but
Yeah, no. Hey, sometimes people are like, wait. And then the bus drivers, sometimes I don't care. And they're like, oh, sorry, I'm leaving. Yeah. See you. So Diana says it would have been very useful when I was in school or university. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What about speaker number 4?
Create like an application for through
Yeah, an app that you
photography,
could use
quantify the way or
to your
other
phone.
metrics on objects put on those things.
In this and in this event, it's glasses which give you information about your sitting in around you, because it's useful for to search about the things that you want to buy or you see in a shop, for example.
Okay. Okay. Very good, Angelica. Anything else,
And it was
guys?
interesting, but he said that you were able to keep or save all your data.
Uh-huh.
You were that you could take pictures and it will
Pictures, yeah.
measure everything like clothes, food, and you could
So
keep it there.
it will be like a measurement photo app.
Yes,
Yeah.
Carrie, it mentioned about an app, not
Yeah,
object.
it's a measurement photo app, and then he said, or she said that it was an app on your phone that measured everything you took photos of, something like that. It was okay. That was the invention. And what about the last one? Speaker number 5.
She was talking about that sometimes when you're driving, some people could be so close to you on the how did she call it, like the tailgate.
The tailgate, a tailgate
Uh-huh.
loser.
The back part of the car, and it could be fatal because of the accident. So she was
In the
talking about
motorway.
a sign, a special sign that could give like a warning to others, like, hey,
Yeah.
keep the distance,
Yeah.
and maybe
And
like an emoji if they
and
did it.
she mentioned that in motorways. Motorways is what we call in American English highways, or in Spanish autopistas. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, a motorway is the same as highway or autopistas. So she said that, that with the tailgate loser, a sign, or a sign at the back of your car that communicates to cars which are too close to that are too close behind, because she said that sometimes we feel that a car is being like too close to us, and then we're like, okay, do not get that close, but we cannot talk to them because of course we're driving. So if that existed, the tailgate loser, it would give them like a sign to the next car saying like, okay, you're being too close, so you need to stop a little bit or slow down, and then try not to follow me that much or that close. Okay, people. So very, very, very good. So we are going to go to our break, but I'm going to explain the activity so that as soon as we come back from our break, I send you to the breakout rooms. This is the activity that I'm going to grade. I mean, the first part that we did, the listening part, it's also being graded, but there is one part in which you need to talk about the invention and talk to your classmates about it, and then decide about a device that you would like to invent or that you would like to talk about. So if you remember the listening, if you remember the recording that we were just listening to, they were part in a show. They were part in the show, so they were like trying to make it sound interesting. So that is what I want you to do, not just like talk about something, but then you have to be creative. You have to make it sound like amazing. So we're gonna do that after our break. Okay, so I will see you guys shortly, and after the break we are going to continue. So see you shortly, guys. Okie dokie, guys. So we are back and now we're going to continue. We are going to be working on the invention. On your drives folder, on the student's drive, here, you're going to find class number 9. On class number 9, you are going to find fantasy invention. So I'm going to create a copy. And this is going to be group number 1 and group number 2. Okay, so group number 1, I'm going to open this. You are going to write your names. You have to include the names of the people who were working on the task. You have to decide which fantasy inventions on the list most appeal to you, or think of some ideas of your own. So you can choose any of these inventions here, or you can come up with a different one, okay? And like whatever you want. Spend some minutes planning what you will say. Think about what the device would look like, how it will work. This doesn't have to be technologically feasible. That means achievable. Like it doesn't have to be a technological device. What the benefits will be, a name for it. If it does not already have one, I mean, if you're choosing one of this, it already, like for example, if you say, oh, we want to work on Mind Reader, for example, it already has a name. Or a lazy bones ejector badge, it already has a name. If you come up with a different one, then you need to give a name. You need to name it. The potential market for it and who it will appeal to, if it's going to be for adults or for kids or for teenagers or for you know, a group of people, for example, lazy people, or you know, whatever comes to your mind, and any obvious objections that might be raised, and what you can say to your counter them. For example, maybe if group number 2 says, oh, but then what if this happens? So you need to be ready to say, oh, then we have this device has this specific characteristic in case something fails, or in case something doesn't work properly, or I mean something like that. And then imagine that the class is the panel studio audience. So group number 1, you have to imagine that group number 2 and me, we are the panel studio audience, and then you are going to take turns to present your inventions. So remember that it has to be like real. It needs to feel real. It needs to feel like you are, or we are, the audience, the studio audience. And then you have to come up with something, like say something creative. Okay, so for example, if you come up with let's say a bed that can fly at night, so think about creative ways of make us want to have that object. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and then you can use the useful language to describe your invention, to present the benefits, and to consider the drawbacks. So you could say, for example, if the other person says, well, I think it will be chaos, or I think it could actually make the situation worse. So you need to come up with like a plan B, or to think about how you're going to respond, or how you are going to answer the audience in case we come up with questions. In case we're like, well, I don't think that's a good idea, because what if this situation happens? So you need to be ready to answer, you know, our questions, or the questions that we might have. So my people, how long do you think it's gonna take you? 20 minutes, 25? Or you don't know yet?
How much persons in each group?
We're gonna have 2 groups. So it will be Hold on, because I think Daniela just joined the session. Hold on.
5 or 6.
Yes, teacher, it's me.
Yes. So it will be 5 people. Yeah, like 5 people per group. So I think 5 people working together at the same time, it's not going to take that much, or it's not going to take that long. So I will start visiting the groups in 15 minutes to see how you guys are doing. Okay. I'm not going to visit the group in the first 15 minutes, because maybe this is a time where you are planning what you're going to say and so on. So in 15 minutes, I will start visiting them. I will start visiting the groups, and you're going to let me know how longer it's going to take you to finish, or how long it's going to take you to finish the task. Okay. So please join your groups. But then Daniela, are you twice? No.
No, teacher, I go out the other meeting and I stay over here.
Okay, so 5 and 5 people we have. Please join, and then one person shares the screen. You're allowed to. Okie dokie, people. So I decided not to visit the groups. I mean, I was checking your progress. Because I wanted to let you, do the activity yourself. So now I am ready to listen to both of the groups. Okay. So group number 1, it's your turn. Go ahead.
So you can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so our invention is called Dream Vision. So this product is going to be very useful for many purposes, and it will be interesting to explain to the audience what we were working on. So about the first question, this device is going to be small and it will be wearable and practical for people that want to record the dreams at night during the sleep. So it will be something that will be revolutionary for the first time, that people are going to be able to see their dreams and could have all the information kept and safe in a device. So that's we were working with this new product. So it will also be small. It will be like a headband that will be practical. It wouldn't be intrusive. So we will explain later other details. How does it work? Our device will use like a special sensor and in artificial intelligence. It will be both. There will be some sensors that will be attached to the head, and they will track all the brain activity during the sleep. And also, it will record all the information about the eyes movement, about the muscles movement, and all the information will be collected and recorded as data. Then the artificial intelligence will use all this data, will analyze each one of them, and will process it to transform it into images, and then it will be also it will generate a video form, so you will be able to see your dreams. So something that will be feasible.
For
It will allow
sure.
this. It will be also helpful, or about the market. It will be very. Uh, how do you say that? Well, it will allow the scientific community to focus in the sleep field and find any kind of treatment and cure for those who suffer from sleepiness, nightmares, and insomnia. Additionally, it will allow people to see their dreams for the first time, which could help them understand their subconscious minds. The name of our device is Dream Vision, as we said before. The potential market is for those, it could be popular in the psychological and psychiatric schools, hospitals for future treatments, specifically for professional studies, the human mind, brain analysis, and astrology. Why astrology? Because it's related with the dreams and the interpretation of dreams. So it will be also required for that specific area. About the privacy concerns, this device is going to operate in a secure and encrypted environment. So users will only have access to their data, or maybe if they want to share the information with other people or closest friends, it will be also possible. But the information is not going to be leaked. It will be protected by our company. Accuracy and reliability. We acknowledge the complexity of dream interpretation, but our device is going to use advanced sensors and artificial intelligence algorithms trained to analyze and categorize dream patterns. While there may be some variation in subjective aspects, our continuous improvement efforts will enhance the device accuracy over time. There will be also mistakes because it will be the first time that a product like this is going to be launched for the first time. But we will be working on some updating uh, during time.
Yeah, like
Comfort,
improvements.
yeah, improvements. Comfort and usability. It will be designed to be lightweight. It's not going to be heavy because people will use it when they are sleeping. It will be not intrusive, adjustable to individual preferences because we have different head sizes. It will be, we will be doing like extensive research and user testing to ensure that the device doesn't disrupt sleep. That's very important, or cause discomfort, allowing users to wear it comfortably throughout the night. That's very important. About the ethical considerations, we are going to prioritize user consent and data protection, taking into consideration that only users could have access to the data and the people they want to share the dreams with. Other clients can be sure that we must always help to resolve any problem or doubt that they can have. Of course, we remain to a code of confidentiality, and anonymity when collecting data from others. So this is our product. I hope that
Wow.
everyone like it. If
Yeah,
you guys
I
have
love
any
it.
questions,
Guys,
we
for
are
number 2, do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns about this product? What do you think?
I want to.
I
Diana?
want it too. I want it too. Sometimes we have so like amazing dreams that we're like, oh my God, like I can't believe that I just dreamt about this. And I will go back and then try to repeat it or or like watch it again, and then I would love that. I usually have the craziest dreams. Like honestly, I sometimes I laugh at myself because
Yes.
I usually have the craziest dreams. Like I'm gonna tell you about one real quick, but I'm gonna do it in Spanish so that it's like clear. I mean, it's faster. Una vez soñé que estaba yo trabajando en un lugar como profe de inglés y entonces yo iba y me despedía, me iba a ir a despedir y entonces había como una piscina enorme. Primero ahí no había piscina, pero había una piscina y era como parte del lugar. Anyway, había como una fiesta y yo como que, ok, voy a ir a despedirme y había mucha gente famosa. Ni idea por qué, pero bueno, había gente famosa. Y en ese estaba Carlos Vives. Y yo como que, ay, Carlos Vives, I love you. Y Carlos Vives se convertía en un conejo, pero era un conejo malo. O sea, no sé, les juro que yo ese día, les juro que yo ese día no estaba, no había tomado alcohol, nada. Una noche cualquiera. Y bueno, Carlos Vives se convirtió en un conejo. En un conejo malo, y entonces empezaba a perseguirme. Y yo, no, Dios mío, este conejo, ¿qué me va a hacer? Y era así como todo así como tipo de las caricaturas que tienen los ojos rojos y que con los dientes así todos horribles. Entonces, mi reacción era coger algo como un palo, no sé, y bueno, el caso es que yo, no sé, como que mataba al conejito, no sé. Y entonces yo llegaba a mi casa toda, no, maté un conejo y me sentía horrible y llegaba a bañarme y me sentía súper mal. Y entonces yo llorando en la ducha y demás, y cuando yo decía, maté a Carlos Vives, y cuando yo,
Menos mal no fue Arjona.
no. Ah, entonces yo salía de la ducha, abría la puerta y veía a una de mis gatas jugando con el conejo, con ese conejo que yo supuestamente ya había matado. Y yo, ¿qué está pasando acá? Pero el conejo ya no era malo, sino era un conejo bueno. That was my dream. Y yo cuando me desperté, yo dije, no lo puedo creer, no lo puedo creer que, o sea, en serio, a veces tengo sueños muy locos, pero así, o sea, como que sin sentido, como de what the heck, en qué estaba pensando, qué está pasando en mi mente. Y he tenido sueños muy locos. So that would be a great thing for me because I would love to understand my dreams, my crazy dreams. Sometimes they're like, I cannot believe that I had just dreamt about that. So thank you very much, guys. Great.
That's why we wanted this invention. I mean, because sometimes we
I
have
need a
like
dream
crazy dreams,
vision. I
and we
do.
always like to, to remember that we were dreaming,
Yes,
or
yes,
they
yes,
were
yes.
special
Uh-huh.
sometimes.
Exactly. I need a dream vision for sure. I'm gonna get one. Okay, game number 2. Go ahead, guys.
Jennifer, can you share the screen, please?
I can.
Okay, then. Thank you. Okay. The invention that we choose was the glasses, which provide you information about where you're seeing around you. Okay, this device is very useful, modern, and innovative. You can use them to learn about your environment while you're walking. This device has a voice assistant, which will provide the information required by the user through a speaker. These glasses can be connected with any app of your smartphone whenever you want it. You can also use it as a wireless headphone without extra accessories. And it also includes a UV filter, and the lens adjusts automatically to your vision needs if you have any trouble. Sorry.
Okay, so far very interesting, especially if you're traveling.
Sorry, teacher. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, and well, the last part that I just said, that the lens adjusts automatically to your vision needs. Well, for me, it will be awesome. I have, I don't know how to say myopia, so it will be great. Many times it can happen that you visit a new city and you don't know anything about the area you're in. And these smart glasses will give you detailed information about the place and keep you informed about the important facts and recommend place to visit and things like that. You can also have specific information on different topics that you are interested in. You can ask to the glasses through the mic that is integrated in the glass. It will appeal to everyone, all people of all ages, from children, adults, and grown people. But for children, parents can configure previously the information allowed for them. People will worry maybe about the product's warranty, updates of the system, and its possible repairs. And if you're interested in this product, we got something special to let you know. All these services are included for the first 4 years since you acquired the glasses. And finally, our company is all yours to ask your question or objection. So the company offers legal insurance in case you need, which rise to $150.
Wow, that's amazing. That's something very creative, especially if you are going on vacation and you have never been to that place. And then you want to know what's going on like around, and then also for kids, and it's very useful that you can check and you can modify what your child or what the children can do and can't do. I mean, what they can see or what they can't see. I think that's appropriate for kids, and I love that. I love that characteristic of the glasses. Guys, excellent job. Very, very, very good, guys. Well, again, we didn't have time to do this. I mean, we never have time to do this part about
There are some glasses like that.
You what?
Made by Apple.
Oh,
glasses like that.
they already exist?
They has made like a glasses that you can watch everything using the only the glasses, and they are connected to the Apple apps. And they will tell you about the weather. You could do research. You can have video calls, everything. I don't know if you have watched the advertisement video. I will send them.
Okay, that's amazing. And yeah, we'd love to hear about that. So if you could share with us, that would be awesome. So my beautiful, great, amazing people, again, we didn't have enough time to work.
That is the video.
Oh, that's a video. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to copy the link and then I'm gonna watch it. So my people, I'm going to give you some piece of homework, and that is that you get, or you do this part about way. So here we have way, which means manner or method, route or direction, get what you want, blocking or avoiding, position or situation, describing progress, and other. So I want you to pay attention to this, closely attention, because this is very important. And then on Monday, before we begin with unit 10, we can check it. Okay, so on Monday you should have this done. I mean, ideally it wouldn't take like more than 20 minutes to finish it, so I would appreciate if you can check it, and then on Monday we can do it in class together. So my people, thank you very much for coming today to our session. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye bye, guys. Take care. Good night.
Bye bye. Have a great night.
Weekend. Bye bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Monday.
I know, but tomorrow some of us are going out, in case you guys want to join us. So
Okay.
so that's why I would like to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, teacher.